Good day, friends. It's Loni on my day off look here. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am doing copacetic. Yes, that is the word from the guides. My guides came through with copacetic, and I was like, that's a fun word. Let's go with it. And here comes my dog, Jake. He's coming in because he's very copacetic with hanging out here at uh, the farm with me in my art studio. So, copacetic. Well, the message that they said with the word copacetic was finding your copacetic spot that you feel in line with. So if you want to go beyond or even come to the copacetic, which is, your even keeled, fine, good, at a good place, everything is, right. If you want to come to that place or go beyond that to bliss, and I've got this thing about like going from bliss moment to bliss moment in my life, and my bliss moments are getting closer together, and I adore that. But to know where your copacetic moment is very important. So outline that in your head. Like, okay, so somebody comes to you every day. Every day we have people say, "How are you doing today?" And we say, "Oh, I'm fine." Oh, we don't say I'm copacetic, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. That's what, us in America, we are fine. We're just a bunch of fine people. We're finely fine, refinedly fine. So what does that really mean, though? If you really, truly, in your heart, in your body, feel copacetic, what does that mean? So the guides are saying outline that for yourself. So I feel copacetic when I feel healthy, when I not worried about anything, where I'm comfortable. I'm copacetic where I'm feel good in the relationships in my life. I'm copacetic when things are in order in my life. So anyway, everyone has their own copacetic moments and places and points that they are at. So talk about order in your life. So if you're an OCD person, you're copacetic when things are definitely in order and in their place. You think the places you've created, right? Nobody else, not necessarily anybody else's place, but your place. So that's your copaceticness. Then somebody else that's not OCD, it's a little bit messy. They're copacetic if they just have their dishes done, or that they're in the sink. So we all have our own copacetic places. The guides want us to understand where that is, so we have a goal to reach. So if we're feeling off, like, what do I need to do to become copacetic? Yeah. So, and I'm getting warm. I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to pull a card when it relates to copacetic in our lives and what the guides want to say about that. So I'm using the Milo Farm Oracle cards here. Copacetic. Copacetic. Oh, I feel like it's this one on the top here. Copacetic. Okay. So the card I pulled is Crossroads. This is, it is a picture of the cedar forest where there's a fork in the road. Like, which way do you turn? Gnome forest fork. So the cedar forest is also known as the gnome forest, the gnomes forest. So there is a fork right there. There's several forks actually in the cedar forest, but the one on the main trail, kind of by the Zen garden, there's a fork. The number is 5, which that's a numerology number, and that's kind of like excitement, change, becoming new, taking a new direction. So like a fork in the road. So how that's relating to copacetic is that they're saying that you don't necessarily have to follow the path you've been following and what you think makes you happy to be copacetic. They're saying, dare to try another fork in the road and see if you can meet your good place there. Don't be afraid to take that fork in the road. And that's the 5. The no forest fork. So the message for the land and what that means is there's comfort in having choices. So you're not necessarily always going to be copacetic when you've finalized choices in life. There is a place of contentment with having choices. Actually, one should appreciate, they are saying, one should appreciate having choices, being in a state where that is, where you have options. So being copacetic in the options, you get to make the choices. And the kind of the get to thing, I've been up every 4 hours feeding these baby goats, and I keep telling myself, this is not a chore. It's a lovely part of life that I get to do. I get to get up and bottle feed baby goats. Who gets to do that? It's not a chore. I wake up at midnight and also 4 in the morning, 8 in the morning, or I'm always up at 8 because I'm a morning person, but I get to do that. Be happy that you have these things. Happiness, copacetic, in line. Copacetic is kind of a contentment. I am okay. Happiness might be a degree above copacetic. Well, not necessarily. If you're content, you're pretty happy. So it depends on, the degrees, right? Crossroads. So the guides are showing me that there's many crossroads in our life, and there's crossroads on an hourly basis in our life. Should I do this or that? Like, which way should I go with this choice and that choice? And again, it's the same message the land is saying, is like being copacetic and having choices, having the ability to be in this human body and be able to have the free will to make choices. And so they're showing me somebody that's standing at a crossroads and just like, he's got his head like this, and he's like, what am I gonna do? Like this, what am I gonna do? And then they're showing me somebody else that's standing at a crossroads, and she's going, that way is wonderful, and that way is wonderful, and that way is wonderful. No matter what I do, it's going to be wonderful. That's the copacetic. The copacetic point when you're at a crossroads, as opposed to making it a grief-ridden, stressful experience. So, crossroads, you wouldn't think that would tie to the word copacetic, but of course the guides always come up with things that I don't think of outside of the box. That's why I love them. I love you. Happy day off. Hope you're as comfortable as me. Love you. Peace. Have a wonderful day.